you. How should your hand move? How should your leg move? How should you think? What should you look? What should you listen? Yeah, there are. Wow, the brains will send signals to the nerves, and that is how the body moves. Yes, correct, fantastic. Okay, so we are going to learn about. You have learned 5 sense organs. Have you? Which one? One. Eyes. You see then. Here then. What do you do with your nose? Smell then. Taste and then. Touch. Skin. Then. So one more thing is there. Feel is touch. One more is there. Suppose I'm climbing the stairs and I see. What do I lose? Balance. Have you heard about balance? When you walk on a rope, can you all walk on a rope without holding? You don't know. We have to hold something, isn't it? We need balance, right? Now balance is the next sense organ you are going to learn.
Without falling.
Exactly. Without falling, if you need to walk, you will need support. One more we will learn. Now, how does this feel? Tight. She said it feels tight. Thank you. Sit. There is pressure. You know, I held a hand and I gave pressure. Who told her it is tight? Your brain told her, this is pressure. So that is the next one which your brain is telling you about. Balance, pressure, and then something happens inside also. What happens inside sometimes? Pain happens, then what else? Then before lunch break, what happens? Hungry. Sometimes you want to go to toilet. What happens? What happens in your stomach? You want to go to toilet and sometimes you feel thirsty. This is also your brain is telling you. So we learn 3 different new sensory systems. One is balance, 2 is pressure, press, and 3 is what's happening inside. Inside. Okay, so shall we say that? Balance, pressure, what happens inside? Inside your body. Shall we say that again? Balance, pressure, inside our body. Yeah? Okay. Now I'm going to do an activity. Be carefully. Everybody listening? You have to only use your ears. Only your ears. And listen to what I'm saying and do it. Only your ears. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Everybody touch your feet. So fantastic. But some of us went our hands up. One more time I'm going to say. You have to only use your ears and listen to what I'm going to say. Clap your hands. Very good. But some went like this because I confused you. Because what are you seeing? Am I clapping hands? I'm closing my eyes and I'm saying clap hands. So some of our brains got confused. Do I listen to what my eyes are telling me? Do I listen to what my ears are telling me? Confused. Right? Now this is what we call as all our brains are thinking differently. All our brains are telling us, hey, you listen to what you're seeing. No, you listen to what you're saying. No, you listen to touch. No, you listen to balance. The brain is constantly telling us, do that, do this. And sometimes, some of us can feel very confused. And we don't know, what to listen. What do we feel then? What is the feeling? Worry, yes, we can feel less. Nervous, we can feel nervous. What are the other feelings we have? What else can we feel? Scared, then happy, then sad, angry, yes. Excited. Can we do this? What did I do? Okay, so what did we learn today? 3 things we learned about different senses. One is balance, pressure, and what is happening. about the word neurodiversity. Excellent. Neurodiversity. Excellent. It's a very difficult word to say. Clap for her. Neurodiversity. Fantastic. Now, what is the meaning of this word? Thank you very much. Clap for him. Thank you. You know what the meaning of this word is? Every brain is different. Is all our brains the same? No. All our brains are different. Are all our bodies the same? No. We all look different. All our bodies are different. But do we make fun of people if they are different from us? We will say, I didn't notice this. Why are you thinking? Do we make fun? No. What can you do? Suppose you don't understand why somebody is thinking this way and you're like, oh, this person is very different from me. What can you go ask them? You want to know, how come you're doing this? You want to tell me more or do you need help? Can you ask some people? We can only ask. Do we have to make fun and laugh if somebody is different? No, we don't. Suppose we do something different. Will we like it if people laugh at us?
No.
What do we feel? Sad. If somebody is laughing at us, we will feel sad. So what we are learning today is our brains are all different because our brain is telling us to concentrate on different things. What all is our brain concentrating on? What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, then what we feel and balance, and then pressure, then inside, what's happening inside, and this is happening differently to all of you. So will you all remember this much about your brain and always tell, what is my brain telling me now? And ask your friend, hey, what's your brain telling you now? And be curious, because we're all telling different things. And what is the word that we learned today? Can we say that loudly? Wow, so now your brain said scream, isn't it? Now we say softly, neurodiversity. And what does that mean? Who wants to come and say what it means? Come. Yes. Last, and then we will clap for him and finished.
All brains are different. That's okay. All bodies are different. And that's okay.
Fantastic. Clap for him, please. Thank you so much, everyone. So you go home and tell your parents I learned the big new word today, and that is? Thank you so much. So big round of applause to the leaders who are making really well done. So I think this is something you, the leaders, can take forward from today, because this is probably the first lecture you're listening to after your Zoom positions. And today's topic is going to be on neurodiversity. Can I say show of hands if you have already heard of the term neurodiversity? Great! I see a few hands already. And for those who have not heard, not a problem at all. That's what we are going to learn briefly today. So we are going to split the word neuro and diversity. How many of us have heard the word diversity? Yeah, there is more hands here. Diversity means different. You go to a garden and you see different types of flowers. brain, which is right. Neurons is indicative of what's happening inside our brain, in our nervous system, but it also controls the rest of the body. Right, so today we are going to understand a little bit more about what is neurodiversity and how does it translate to the day that we are celebrating tomorrow. Tomorrow is 3rd December. Anybody knows which day? Yeah? World is International Day for Persons with Disabilities. So we are going to see what is the connection between neurodiversity and disability and how do we make sense of it. Neurodiversity, first we understand basically 3 different layers in the brain, functionally if I have to say. We use our brains to think, we all know that, but we use our brains to feel also. The emotions are also from the brain, though we say usually emotions we hold in which part of the body? We hold the heart, isn't it? But that's also from your brain. And the most important one is, how does this information get inside your brain? When you sit in your classrooms, when you read a textbook, when you scroll through your social media, there is information going inside your brain, and your brain is already thinking and feeling different things about everything that's happening around you. And anybody knows there are 8 systems through which the information is going to the brain. One I am touching now, which is eyes. The next is your ears, then through the smell, then to what you taste, and then through what you touch. These 5 we have all learned from preschool onwards. But we need to learn 3 more today. That's an additional information. And these 3 can also make us our brains really, really different. One is sense of balance. Your sensation with gravity. How do you move in balance? Some of us might lose balance. Some of us might need support. That's one. Second is pressure. How much to hold the pencil? How much to press the pencil or the pen to write? Does your hand hurt when you write for too long? Or is it difficult to copy from the board? All these are decided by your sensory system, which teaches you about pressure. And the third one is what is happening inside your body. You all know your digestive system, I am presuming in grade 6 upwards. What is happening inside your body, which is hunger, thirst, or you want to go to the toilet. All of these are different for every single one of us. Now, it's wonderful that we all think differently, we all feel differently. So we do a quick exercise to see which of you are using which sensory system now. Okay, so the instruction I'm giving now is for those of you who can see. I'm not sure if the ones sitting here can see, but the ones who can hear me and see, you're going to do what I'm going to say. Right? Which means you're going to listen to what I'm going to say and do that action. Okay? So all of you, clap your hands. I saw some of you clap like this with your hands up. One more time, let me try. All of you touch your feet. Great. So you will all focus. Some of us, those who are looking, accidentally went up here. This is where how our brains can sometimes get confused. Do I listen to what I see? Do I listen to what I am hearing? Or do I listen to what is happening around me and feeling cold? Do I listen to that? Or do I listen to a half sitting very comfortably? So I keep moving. Your brain decides where you want to focus on, whether it is what I am talking, whether it is what I am wearing, or whether it's what somebody else is saying behind you. Your brain decides that. And each of our brains are very, very different. Now, what happens is it's wonderful that we all think differently. And it's because we think differently that we have so many different inventions, so many different things are being found, so many different knowledge is coming. Because thankfully we don't think the same. We don't feel the same. You all have been watching movies. Some watch a boring movie. We don't feel like laughing. Some of us will watch a movie and feel like crying. Some of us will say, "What does society feel like crying?" All of us take in information very, very differently. Similarly, some of us might joke. For some of us it's funny, for some it's not funny. Right? So then, how do we know, are we crossing somebody else's boundary? Is it okay for the other person? Is it okay for me if the other person does this? How do we decide what is right and wrong? Is this the right thing to say? Is this the right thing to do? We get confused, isn't it? So neurodiversity is about understanding that all of us think differently, all of us think differently, all of us get these information from different set of knowledge differently. Now relating it to the word disability, when does it become disability? For example, just like how our nervous system is different, our bodies are also different. If I was a wheelchair user, and suppose I did not have legs, do you think I can climb up the stage here and here? Is it possible? Not possible. Why? Because there's stairs. So how can somebody help me climb up to the stage if I were using wheelchair and if I did not have legs, or if I did not have vision and if I were blind? I need help. Right? I certainly need help. So there are different ways in which we can help. So I become disabled only if I don't get the help that my body or my mind needs. Now here, if it's a wheelchair user, somebody can help me come up, or there can be ramps through the sides, there might be ramps so I could come in. If I'm somebody who cannot see, maybe somebody will hold my hand. There are different ways in which we can help people. But if that help is not there, then we become disabled. And there are millions of people who, because they did not receive the help and the support that those who are not disabled around them do not give them, they continue to not be able to fully put forward their ideas or put forward their feelings out of them. For example, some of us might not be able to speak, but if you use a computer, they can type, they can still listen to what they are thinking and feeling. So it really depends on how can we be supported. So neurodiversity is wonderful, it's much necessary, but it's a fine line when it becomes a disability. It becomes a disability, children, when those of us who might not have the disabilities do not know how to support. And for this, in India, especially since there are grade 9 students as well here, and grade 6 as well, as you grow older, we need to know there is a law. There is a law in India, it's called the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, which was passed mandatory in Kerala as well since 2016, 2017, the Kerala government has made the rules as well. And hence, every single one of us, if we do not support as a student, as an adult, as an institution, or just in the society, in the park, the theatre, in the neighborhood, at homes, if we are not supporting and somebody knows somebody else needs help, or if we are making fun and we say that, I don't feel like this is nonsense, or we make fun of how somebody else feels, or fun of how somebody else feels, by law, it's already illegal, which means we are crossing a legal boundary. So we need to be aware as children itself that there are laws. So diversity is fantastic, much necessary, but you get to decide if somebody else will be disabled or not. And same thing for yourself. If you feel, oh my God, I need help, and nobody is helping me, there are two easy ways on how to bridge the gap. Very, very simple ways. And I hope that's the only takeaway that you take away this one, ask for help. If you are the one feeling that your thinking is being laughed at or mocked at or nobody is listening, ask for help and say that I want to be heard. Second, if you're feeling sad, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling angry, but somebody is not understanding why is she feeling angry, or why is he feeling angry, and you're not able to receive the help that you need, ask. Ask help for your feelings to be heard and heal your senses. Suppose you just cannot make sense. You're sitting in a classroom, there is too much sound, you just cannot listen to what the teacher is saying, you're not able to focus. Ask for help. So the first rule is if you are the one struggling with your thinking, with your feeling, or sensing the world around you, ask for help. And the second easiest thing to do is, suppose you don't need help and you're doing fine, look around you, look around your friends, or the other members of your community, neighbors at home. Ask them, do you need help? Are you okay? Because you do not know, some people cannot even know how to ask for help. So today, children, with talking about neurodiversity and tomorrow being the International Day for Persons with Disabilities, you all have just two takeaways. Be willing to ask for help if your feeling or sensations are being mocked or laughed at, to look around and ask others if they are okay and help each other. And then we have a beautiful world where every thought matters, every feeling matters, and every sensation is important when we work together. And I hope you are the leaders today to take this forward and open these conversations in your classrooms and look around your classmates and see if there is anybody left alone. And we will not let that happen, certainly not in our classrooms, right? So thank you so much for the time and patience to listen. And God bless you all and hope you have a great day. Thank you.
We are not going to talk about computers. There is one word, one big word we are going to learn today. I don't know if Diana has already said that word. If anybody has heard the word before, raise your hands, okay? I'm going to say the word. The word is neurodiversity. Wow! Fantastic! So many people have heard, but some of us haven't heard. Thank you. So now we are going to understand what does this really mean, right? Anybody wants to say what is the one word that comes to your mind when you hear the word neurodiversity? What is the? I'll ask her. Yeah, you can say it from there. Fantastic! Can we give her a big clap? Neurodiversity means each of our brains are very, very different, just like how our bodies are different. Do we all look the same? No, but do we all have hands and legs and eyes and nose same? But it looks very different, right? Just like how in the computer there are many things which you can see from the outside. The monitor, the keypad, what else? CPU, mouse, you can see. Just like that, in our body, we can see many things. What all can we see? Okay. Now, do you know what is inside our head? Brain. Skull is also there. Fantastic. And do you know what do we do with the brain? We think. Okay. Then what else? Sorry?
Use it for essential purposes.
Use it for?
Essential purposes.
What purposes? I didn't hear.
Essential.
Essential purposes. Fantastic. Yes, correct. We think, and let me tell you if you can guess. Suppose somebody cracks a joke. What do?
Laugh.
We laugh. Suppose somebody is crying and you feel, what do you feel? Sad. Now where does this laughing, sad, or before an exam, sometimes what do we feel? Nervous, yeah. And sometimes if somebody just comes and snatches your snack box and says and run away, what do you feel? does for us. One, we think. Two, we feel. We feel a lot of emotions, right? Yeah, we remember. That's also thinking. We need to think and remember. Now there is a third thing. Yeah. Excellent. He was saying the brain also controls our body. Now I'll show you what happens. Now we are going to see the third thing that the brain does for us. How do we know? How does the brain control our body? How does the brain? Nerves, spinal cord. I am impressed. Then what else? What am I seeing? Seeing, hearing, smell. What are these? Sense organs. Yes. Now let's do something. I'm going to tell you something. You will only use your ears. You will listen to what I'm going to say, and you will do that. Ready? It's a game. So be very clear. Which sense organ are you going to use? Ears. Okay. Now everybody, raise your hands. How come some heads went that side? Did you see? Some of you looked there also. Some of you there. I didn't. I said raise your hands. I saw some hands going there. Raise your hands can be this. Okay, now I'm going to say one more. Everybody, touch your toes. Ah. I saw some hands go on their head. What happened? What did you see? What did you see me do? Touch my head. But what did you hear me say? Touch your toes. Confusing, right? So, your brains got confused. Oh, do I listen to what I am seeing? Or do I listen to what I am hearing? Did it get confused? I'm going to confuse you more. Now practice, okay? Concentrate. Now you have to do what I'm going to say. Only your ears are working. I'm going to confuse your brain. Let's see what happens, okay? Now everybody say hello. You see how all of the hands also went? I didn't say wave. I only said say hello. One more time, okay? You are only going to do what you hear. I see a very smart girl there who's already closing her eyes and sitting. Because, yeah? I know, fantastic. See, some of our brains already told us, close eyes so you can listen better, isn't it? Some of us got confused and we tried harder and harder. So now these are the three things we are going to learn about our brain. If we need to feel something, if we need to think, where does all the information go into our brain? From where? Sense organs. From what you see, from what you hear, from what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, and there are three more. Anybody else can think about, there are three more sensory systems from which, yeah, tell me. Ears is auditory, what we listen, yeah. Temperature, yes, something that you feel, excellent. Excellent! Two people said gravity, yes. Now that gives you the sense of balance. Okay, now suppose I'm standing, now I'm wearing this much heels. Suppose I'm wearing this much heels, I have to really walk in balance. Now my brain gets information from what is around me, and the brain tells me, Seema, you walk carefully. You have to walk, suppose you're walking on a straight line. Our hands will automatically go like this, right? Our brain is telling us, be careful, we have to balance. Our sensory system is telling that. That is we already learned 5, we learned one more, the sense of balance. Balance with the world around us, right? One more, anything else? One more, yeah. Sense of heat, yes, okay, that's also something we feel in the skin. then comes also the next sense, which is sense of pressure and position. Pressure means, suppose I have to carry her. Can I carry her with one hand? One hand like this I can carry her. I wish I was that strong. Not that strong. I need both hands to carry her, right? Who tells me that do I need both hands to lift the mic? One hand is enough. But who told me that? My brain told me, Seema, you don't need two hands. One hand is enough. The brain told me, this is where I have to hold my hand. This is where I need to hold. Will I hold it here and stand? No. What will happen? Who told me that? My brain, because my brain can know, okay, this is heavy. There is a pressure in my hand. So I need to hold it. Our brain is telling us all this. Now that is the next one. Pressure and position. Okay. There is one more of what is happening inside our body. Anybody knows? What happens inside? Before lunch break, what happens? We feel hungry. After PE period, you run. What do you feel? Exhausted and sometimes thirsty. Now this is, who's telling us this? Also the brain. Right, so we learned 8 sensory systems. Now that is called what happens inside of you. So one we learned eyes, then ears, nose, taste, feeling, then what? Pressure, and what happens inside? All this is happening. We'll do one more game. Now you're going to listen to, you have to do what I do. You're going to look and do, but I'll say something else. Ready? See, all of you are already closing the ears. Why? Because you already learned. You already learned what to do. I didn't have to teach you. Right? You're already closing it. So I'm going to say it loudly. I'm going to scream and say, everybody stamp your feet. Only some of us stamp. Some of us were stamping feet. Okay, alright. One more time. What are we going to do? You're going to look. Okay? One more chance. Ready? All of you will put the finger on your lips. Easy. Isn't it? What did I do? I said finger on lips and I also showed finger on lips. Now for some of us, neurodiversity we said. Now for some of us, sometimes this is very, very confusing. We don't know. Should I listen to my eyes? Should I listen to my ears? Should I listen to the smells? Should I listen to the taste? Should I listen to the touch? I don't know. Suppose my brain is not telling me. What happens to me? I get panic. I get scared. So what do you do when you're scared?
Take a deep breath.
Yeah?
Hide in the corner.
I know you might hide. What else? Sometimes you can shiver. Then what else can happen? Sometimes you cry. Right? Isn't it? Can we raise hands? Now you're all thinking, should we raise? Should we not raise? What are we confused, isn't it? Raise hands. Down. Raise hands again. And down. Now that you should know, you can do what I'm doing. Okay, now neurodiversity is each of you sitting here. Now I have confused your brains, saying, I don't know whether to listen to what Seema is saying or listen to what she's doing. Now I have to really focus. But what happens if some of us are always confused because our brain is not telling us and we get confused, or some of us are so focused in looking that we can get everything. Some of us can remember exactly the order of what is placed here. You know, there is a picture, there is a hippo, there is a sunflower. Some of us can very good in remembering what is there visually. Some of us can listen to our teachers saying and they remember everything. Right? So it is all different. Is it different or is it it better or is it worse or is it just different? What do you think? Which is better? Is it worse? It is different. Is it okay to be different? Absolutely okay to be different. And every one of you, your brains are telling you what you need to focus on. So sometimes it gets difficult for some of us. Now this is something which is happening inside your brain. Can you see what's happening inside? No. But there are some differences in the body also. How can your bodies be different? Suppose now I have 2 legs. Do you know there are people who might not be able to use legs or might not have legs? Have you seen? What do they use? How do they move? Wheelchair. Now if I came in a wheelchair, can I come from wheelchair to this stage?
Yes.
How? How do I come from here?
Walk with your leg.
But I suppose I don't have legs and I'm used how? Somebody should help me, right? Yeah, suppose I don't have legs and suppose I'm using wheelchair. Or somebody can help me and carry me here. Or what else can happen? Excellent! Give a big hand to those who said that. Yeah, sometimes we can change what is around us and help us come. So, yeah, also?
Ma'am, there's also electric wheelchairs.
Electric wheelchairs, but electric wheelchairs also might need ramps sometimes, right? Can it jump a step? Sometimes, if you have a lift, so then it has, you're right, you're really right. There are some wheelchairs which can elevate and then come. But if I don't have that wheelchair, who should help me? Who will help me? Your friends or whoever is there will have to help me. My body is different. Okay, yeah. Excellent. There can also be an artificial leg which I can have. So there are different ways. Yeah.
All those are
Crutch. Yes, some of us. So there are so many different ways to help somebody who might not have one body part. Similarly, how can you help somebody who we don't know if they are able to focus on what they see, what they hear? How will you help them? How will you know? Yeah? How will you know? Sorry? Take them to a doctor, but yeah, so doctor will say, yes, this person. Sometimes we are listening to what we are hearing, sometimes we are looking. How do you help? What can you do? Exactly, who said that? Clap for you. Ask them. Easiest way to help somebody, because we don't know what's happening in the brain. All our brains are different. So if you see somebody sitting sad, what can you do? We don't have to make them happy, but we can ask them, do you want to talk? Can I help you? Can we ask that? That is easy. And suppose you are feeling sad, what can you do? Suppose you are feeling sad and nobody is asking you, what will you do?
ask them.
You can also ask, please help me. Somebody help me. Can you ask? Anybody is okay with asking for help? How many of you have asked for help? Great. Tell me, how did you ask for help? Yeah, thank you very much. She needed help for her project. And who did you ask? She asked her parents, can you help me? And did your parents do it for you or did they just show you how to do it and did they teach you? They taught you. We don't have to do, we don't helping doesn't mean do the project for. Is that helping? No, we need to find out, okay, somewhere you are stuck. So 2 things we are learning today. Because all of our brains are different, all of our bodies are different, we don't know what's happening in somebody else's brain. Do we know? Can we see? No. So what can we do? Easy. Ask. So with you today as a homework, ask each other, are you okay? Do you need any help? Is everything fine? mind. And yeah, will you also ask yourself, am I okay? Do I need help? Anybody else who wants to say where you asked for help? Come.
Ma'am, I asked for help when I had a small doubt in maths.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you. And teacher helped you, right? Teacher told you. Teacher understood where she was stuck. Thank you so much. You also asked for help? When did you ask for help? For missed notes. Okay, yeah, somebody did not complete notes, so I asked for help. Great. So always remember, ask for help. Now tell me somebody who helped somebody else. How did you help? Yeah. Tell me.
Actually, I had a computer issue and then my brother came and showed me how to do it.
And then you learned it on your own? You also learned it on your own, right? Fantastic. Now somebody tell me how you helped somebody else. Yeah. You can stand there and say. From the bed. How did you help? Yeah. Is he a baby? What a role. See, you helped because the baby could not think. The baby did not know balance. The baby doesn't know, so he helped. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. Sure. Tell me. Yeah, I know. So we are all fantastic helpers. A big round of applause to all of you. Okay, now, so what did we learn about neurodiversity? What are the three things that our brain does? One, louder. One, think. Then, feel. Emotions, feel. And the third, sense. Sense organs. The brain can sense. One more time. What are the three things our brain does? Think, feel, sense. How many sense organs did you learn today? 8. So go home and tell your parents also might not know about the 3 extra. What are the 3 extra we learned? 1. Balance, pressure. What's happening inside the body? Right? And what will you do to understand how are we different from others? What will you do? Ask for help or say I need help. Easy, isn't it? Yeah? So who wants to come and tell all this here in the mic? Summarize. Come. Now she is going to tell us. You can ask her questions. Okay, so we will quickly say we learn. Yeah, done. Three things that our brain does.
What are the 3 things that our brain does? Three extra sense organs.
We learned today. Inside. What's happening inside? What can you do to help each other if you don't know? Ask for help. Exactly. Ask yourself, do I need help? And ask the other person, do we need help? Can we clap for her? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So thank you, children. So you all learned about neurodiversity. Thank you so much. She wants to say some last, and then we close. Okay?
This one thing called vestibular system can be balanced and body.
Vestibular system, correct. Yeah, that is the sensory system. You're right. It's called vestibular system. Fantastic.